It all began in a small, bustling restaurant on a Friday evening. The place was packed, the air buzzing with conversations and the clinking of cutlery. David, a young and humble waiter, was weaving through the tables with a calm smile despite his aching feet and exhaustion from working long shifts. David was no stranger to hard work. He had been doing this for years, dreaming of a brighter future, yet never allowing himself to treat anyone with less than respect and kindness. On this particular night, the restaurant welcomed a man whose presence turned heads. He was dressed in a sharp, expensive suit, and his demeanor radiated arrogance. He sat at a table, waved David over without even looking at him, and rattled off his order with impatience. David, ever the professional, nodded with a smile, but things quickly took a sour turn. The man began criticizing the service, snapping his fingers when David wasn't fast enough, and sneering at the food as though it were beneath him. "Is this the best you can do?" the man said coldly, glaring at David. As the night went on, the insults grew more personal. "You're just a waiter," the man scoffed, leaning back in his chair. "People like you are a dime a dozen. You'll never amount to anything." David felt a lump rise in his throat, but he swallowed it. He refused to let this man break his spirit. As he cleared the man's table, his hands trembling slightly, he reminded himself of the dreams he carried, the restaurant he would one day own, the life he wanted to create for himself. No matter how cruel the world could be, David knew that hard work and perseverance would pay off one day. Years passed, and David's life changed in ways he had once only dared to imagine. After countless double shifts and sleepless nights, saving every penny he could, he finally opened his own restaurant. It wasn't just any restaurant. It was a reflection of his vision, his passion, and his belief in treating everyone with dignity and kindness. The restaurant quickly became a local favorite, known for its delicious food, warm atmosphere, and exceptional service. One day, as David was overseeing the dinner rush, he saw a familiar face walk through the door. It was the same man who had humiliated him all those years ago. But time had changed the man. His expensive suit had been replaced with a more modest outfit, and the confidence he once exuded seemed dulled by age and life's challenges. The man sat at a table, glancing around at the elegant surroundings. When David approached to take his order, the man didn't recognize him at first. But when their eyes met, realization dawned. The man's face turned pale as he remembered the waiter he had belittled all those years ago. David, however, didn't show a hint of bitterness. He greeted the man warmly, just as he would any other guest. Throughout the meal, David treated him with the same kindness and respect he extended to everyone. When the man asked to see the owner to compliment the restaurant, David smiled and said, "That would be me." The man's jaw dropped. He struggled to find words, but David offered none of the smugness or resentment the man might have expected. Instead, David simply said, "I hope you enjoyed your meal." As the man left, he turned back to David with tears in his eyes. "Thank you," he said, his voice trembling. "Not just for tonight, but for the lesson you've given me. I see now how wrong I was." David nodded, watching as the man walked away. He didn't need to say anything else. Life had come full circle. It wasn't about revenge. It was about proving that kindness, humility, and hard work could overcome even the harshest of words. David's success wasn't measured in money or accolades, but in the way he had risen above the cruelty he once endured. And for the man who had looked down on him, it was a lesson he would carry for the rest of his life. Never underestimate the value of another human being. The person you belittle today might one day rise higher than you ever dreamed.